Tonight, Jodi Arias caught on tape, and not just any tape. Arias under police investigation. We have the video. Arias trying to wiggle her way out of an elaborate web of lies to police, shifting from one bizarre story to the next. But it doesn't stop there. Oh no, some things the jury will never see. Arias makes like an Olympic gymnast and does a handstand during the police interrogation. Yes, you heard me. She physically does a handstand there in the interrogation room. Arias also caught talking to herself, saying out loud she should have done her makeup, referring to herself in the third person, even singing, of all things, about her memory. Well, maybe Arias should just worry about telling the truth.
Goodness. You should at least done your makeup, Jodi. Gosh. It might change my memory.
Here's some bizarre behavior any therapist would struggle to explain. You're watching Jodi Arias do a headstand in the interrogation room shortly before she's arrested for murder back in 2008. She's on her head for almost 30 seconds while she waits for the detective. She also snoops through the trash and sings a tune by pop star Dido.
And I can't breathe until you're resting here with me.
You went to a grand jury, and a grand jury indicted you.
So it's all public now?
It's public record.
So does everyone know?
If somebody goes on and checks public record, they can check it. And they would come up with an indictment against you for murder.
But it's going to be on the news tonight.
We don't report anything to the news.
Has his family called today?
No. They don't even know that I'm talking to you.
But they've been calling every day.
Every day.
Are you going to tell
I
them?
talk to them every day. How would you feel if your little brother or little sister was killed?
I've been wanting to call every day, too. I didn't want to look obsessive, so I just tried to limit it to once a week.
Were you at Travis's house on Wednesday?
Absolutely not. I was nowhere near Mesa. I was nowhere near Phoenix. I wasn't even close to him.
What if I could show you proof you were there? Will that change your mind?
I wasn't there.
Can you be honest with me, Jodi?
I was not at Travis's house. I was not.
I can prove you were there. I can prove it. But what I don't have is I don't have answers on why it happened. Or, maybe something just got out of hand. Maybe things got out of hand.
Did you find the gun? Maybe that would...
Jodi, we're just playing games here. That gun was in your possession. When did you report it stolen?
I didn't even know that there were guns until my grandparents reported it stolen the day that their house was broken into.
When was that?
I don't remember. It was a few months ago, maybe.
What did you do with the gun?
I don't have a gun.
That records check shows you that you has reported a gun stolen. 25 auto. Just happens to be the same caliber as the weapon used to kill him.
A 25 auto was used to kill Travis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, along with multiple stab wounds. A lot of details on this case that haven't been released to the public and not even to Travis's family. And those details are known only by us and the person who did it. Okay, and that's one of the reasons I'm here, is because I believe that you know some of these details.
Okay.
And I think you can help us.
I would love to help you in any way that I can.
Okay. I have a problem with this trip. I've gone over this trip over and over in my mind and on paper. And even if there's still 20 some odd hours, even if you pulled over to sleep a couple of times.
Oh, did I tell you that I got stranded?
Yeah,
Okay.
you mentioned that. If you slept for 10 hours,
I only slept for like
here and here, here, it would still leave 18 some odd hours for something else. Okay. This is what people are focusing on, is this trip that you took. Because they're saying she left, she didn't get to till Thursday. Wednesday? That's when Travis was killed. I want to know which pictures to show you. Look at that one. You remember him?
Yeah. Is he naked? In the shower? Travis would never go for that.
Soon after you and him had sex on his bed.
That couldn't have been too soon after.
An hour or so.
The last time
2
we had
hours.
sex in bed was Nate.
It's you. I wanted to cover you up because
Oh,
that's you. All of you.
that looks like me.
That is you. You can look at the rest of it if you want. There's a few of them. There's a few more. I'll try not to show them because I don't want to put you out there like that. There's no doubt in my mind that you were there. There's no doubt in my mind that you did this. None. So you can go until you're blue in the face and tell me you weren't there and you had nothing to do with it. I won't believe you. I will not believe you. Because Travis is telling me that you did this to him. That's my job. My job is to speak for him. And this is what he's telling me. And I want to know why. It's killing me inside. I
That's
don't know
the
why.
thing, like, there's no reason for it. There's no reason why. There's no reason I would ever want to hurt him.
There's no way anybody else.
He never raped me.
Did you have anything to do with the death of Travis?
I don't think I had anything directly to do with it, but I feel responsible somewhat for it.
Then what can you tell me about his death?
You know a lot more about it than I do. When I say I feel responsible, it's because I wasn't planning to go there at all, and he really wanted me to go. The reason I feel is because if it weren't for Ryan, I would have folded, and I would have just scrapped all my plans and spent all of my days there. But I didn't, and I stood strong, and he got mad, and got sad, and he guilted me. He didn't get really mad, he just kind of guilted me. And finally I was like, whatever, fine, we hung up. I feel that if I would have gone there, I could have done something. I could have.
But you were there, Jodi.
I have to maintain my innocence. I can't admit to doing something that I haven't done. Part of me wants to cop out and say it.
No.
Well,
If you're gonna cop out, it's because you're telling the truth.
that's not really copping out.
Yeah, I don't want you to sit here and tell me a lie to appease me. That is the worst thing you can do for me. But back there in that mind of yours is somebody screaming to get out and tell me what happened, but you just cannot.
He has done nothing but, except for some mean words that he said. People have said worse to me, or just as bad. Except for that, he's helped me, he's given me money, he was selling me his car on the
Then why?
easiest,
Then why,
lamest
Jodi,
terms
why?
ever. There's no reason why.
It just happens.
That a lot of people were dropping my name, and I said, I'm not worried about it because I didn't do it. I said, but it's hurting my reputation right now. And it's casting me in a bad light.
I wouldn't be worried about your reputation right now. I'd be worried about the rest of your life. That means nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, my reputation will affect the rest of my life. So I am worried about the reputation.
You're the kid that got caught on videotape stealing the candy. And you continue to say, it wasn't me. I have the proof. I have the pictures. It wasn't me. I don't think you would admit to it if your own mother saw you do this. And she told me, yeah, I saw her do this. You would say, no, it wasn't me. Why won't you admit to it?
I just can't. I didn't kill Travis. I just didn't. I did not take his life.
You need to think about what you're saying. This continuing to lie is not going to help you.
Admitting to something I didn't do won't help me either. Okay, let's say for a second that I did. And I say, I did it. I mean...
The motive is there. The jealousy issue.
But I wouldn't even say it was jealous. I mean, there may have been some jealousy there, but...
Then what is
it?
What caused this?
I think if anyone, maybe Travis was jealous, but...
That's not what everybody else says. Well, they know he was jealous, but they think that you are absolutely obsessed. Obsessed is the word that they use. That's the word I hear from everybody. Fatal attraction. I don't know how many times I've heard that. They're going through your house right now, so are they going to find anything there that will lead you back to this?
I don't think they would. I mean, there's nothing that could link me there. I mean, that's pretty compelling, I have to admit, if you found my palm print there.
How many times was Travis stabbed?
More than I want to remember. And I'm not going to sit here and show you pictures of him after the fact. I don't do that. That's not how I work. That is not for me to do. But eventually those photos will come out.
When the detective returns and tells her she's about to be arrested, Arias asks if she can have her purse to do a little primping before this now infamous smiling mugshot was snapped.
This is a really trivial question, and it's going to reveal how shallow I am. But before they book me, can I clean myself up a little bit?
You're going to be taken the way you are. I can't give you anything else.
Despite evidence to the contrary, Jodia Arias insists she wasn't even at Travis Alexander's home the time he was killed. But Detective Flores doesn't believe Arias, confronting her about evidence, including Arias' own blood, her own hair, and possibly most important, digital photos.
And I have pictures of you in Travis's bedroom with Travis, pictures of him. And it's obvious you guys are having sex, taking photos of each other, and they're dated and time-stamped on the day he died.
Are you sure it's me? I mean, because I was not there.
It's you. And you know it's you. I know all the details of this case. The only thing I don't know is why. I know you took pictures of him in the shower just before he died.
I don't think he would allow that.
Mm-hmm. And the camera actually took a couple of photos by accident during the time he was being killed.
Really?
Yeah, Jodi, really. You were there. Quit playing this game. It's time for you to just come out and
I did
tell
not.
me.
I did not hurt Travis. I did not hurt Travis. I wouldn't do that to him. Can I see the pictures?
We have your blood at the scene. Your hair was blood at the scene. Your left What's going on there?
Well, I can explain the blood and the hair. I don't know about my left palm print.
How can you explain the blood in there?
Well, because I used to bathe Napoleon all the time. And,
You haven't been there since April, right?
mm-hmm. Well,
He's had the house cleaned several times since then. And this hair was not just a hair, from the shower or something. This hair was stuck with blood, and obviously had blood on it. At the time it got stuck where it ended up. I know you tried to wash him off, try to get some of the blood off, try to clean him up a little bit. But you're even denying the pictures of you being there. There's pictures of you laying on the bed in pigtails.
pigtails?
Yes. And I've got pictures of you that I've blown up, and you've got the little mole right there. It's the same one. It's you. It's obvious. I can show you some of these pictures. Do you want to see the pictures? Will that change your mind?
I mean, I am curious.
Okay. Let me take a break and let me go find them. And I'll bring them and show you.
I wasn't there.
Next, the evidence seemingly is mounting, but can Jodi Arias really convince people she wasn't ever at Alexander's home? Her story may not make sense, but Jodi Arias still refuses to admit she was even at Travis's home when he was killed. Arias confronted by police about DNA evidence in the home. Her response? She lived there for months. Her DNA should be there. But does that include bloody palm prints?
Why did you choose to go visit Travis that day? And why did you do what you did?
I've never
Why,
heard
Jodi?
Travis.
You did. You hurt him. That's why we're here. That's why I flew up here. Because I needed to talk to you about this. I can just arrest you and throw you in jail, but I want to know why. Why did you do this to him?
I wouldn't hurt Travis. He's done so much for me.
There's so much evidence in that house. So much, and it all points to you.
I lived there. I was there for months and months and months. My
There's
hair would
no
have been
way.
all over.
There's no other hair.
Can you take a hair sample? And
We have your DNA.
No, but I mean, like, you know how they could do drug tests and find out when things were done?
No,
Can you,
we can't do that.
can't you measure the time?
We have DNA matching that hair too.
Okay, I know, but
And that hair had a follicle on it, and that means that that hair wasn't there very long. The follicle will usually dissipate and go away after a certain time. It'll fall off, the hair itself.
well, when I would
Okay,
brush my hair
Jodi.
there, I mean,
This one, you absolutely cannot explain that away. You either had blood on your hand and you touched the wall, or there was blood on the wall and you touched the blood.
could my palm print have already been there and then I touched it?
Jodi, this is over. This is absolutely over. You need to tell me the truth.
Listen, the truth is I did not hurt Travis. Okay, so we're
Jodi,
safe.
you can continue to do this, okay? If you want, I can show you some pictures of him. Do you want to see pictures of him?
Part of me does and part of me doesn't.
Why, because you don't want to remember?
No, I just,
Jodi.
there's a morbid curiosity.
Jodi,
I wanted to know how he died.
Coming up, Jodi Arias changes her tune, but will police believe her? Tonight, Jodi Arias caught on tape, and not just any tape, police interrogation tape. We have the video. Some of it the jury will never see. Arias trying to wiggle her way out of an elaborate set of lies, shifting from one bizarre story to the next. You've already seen Arias making like an Olympic gymnast doing a handstand in the police interrogation room, literally a handstand. But now, after being arrested and charged with murder, Arias suddenly changes her story. She says now she was there, but she didn't kill Travis. Oh no, it was two masked ninjas.
I just see, like, I've seen The Sopranos, and they're not mafia or anything, but, you know, I honestly, there's a part of me inside that thinks they're never going to come after my family. Okay, if you don't believe me, that's okay.
I'm trying to.
I'm just saying that, you know, it sounds to me like I'm already in the system, pretty far in, and I'm not getting out anytime soon. And as long as the rap falls on me, I think that...
It's not good. Don't do this.
No, I'm just saying, I think that as long as that is, there's less of a chance that my little brother is going to be hurt, or my mom, or my dad, or my sister that live there.
If you want me to believe that somebody else was there, you have to show me. You have to explain to me what happened. Otherwise, it was just you. And if that's the case, that's okay. That's okay as well.
It's better if everyone thinks that.
If everyone thinks that it was just you. No, it's not.
It is, really, you have no idea.
I do have
No,
an idea.
you have no idea. I didn't recognize any of it.
Well, you have to give me a motive. Why would they do this? Were they going after Travis? For what reason? You tell me this, but you give me no reason.
They didn't discuss much. They just argued
About what?
about whether or not to kill me.
For what reason?
Because I'm a witness.
A witness of what?
Him. Of Travis.
Of Travis's murder.
Yeah, but I didn't really witness it. Didn't see much. It was,
Okay.
I just,
You need to make this believable, because it is not believable to me right now. You need to give me something.
okay. I just, listen.
I am listening, Jodi. I am listening, and it doesn't make any sense to me. You know who they are if you're telling me the truth.
I don't know them.
And I don't believe you either. And I can't. You can't expect me to. Why would they do this to him? What were they arguing about? What did they say? Their details.
They didn't say a lot. They were white Americans, from what I could tell. They had, what do you call those things? They're like beanies, but they cover your whole face. And you've got like holes for your nose and your mouth and your eyes. And they were, one was black. I think they were both black, or maybe dark blue or something.
What happened when the last picture was taken?
He was kneeling down in the shower. I don't remember him. He, like, if this is his shower and the sink is over here, I was like right here taking pictures. And I don't really know what happened after that exactly, except I think he was shot.
Where were you?
If this is his shower, I'm just sitting here. I was like, well, if this is his shower, I'm sitting here. I was like right here on my knees, and his bathtub was right here, and I was taking him here, and I was just going through the pictures, and I heard this loud ring. And I don't really remember, except Travis was screaming. I think I got knocked out, but I don't think I was out long. He was screaming, and I was by the bathtub. And he was holding his head, and there were two people there, and
What'd you say?
putting my hand on his back because he was on all four of his knees. He was like on his knees like this, doing something like this or something like, I don't know. And I was like, are you okay? What's going on? What's going on? He's like, go get help, go get help. And I said, okay. And I turned around. There were two people there. One was a guy and one was a girl. I couldn't tell that at first, but you could just see one was a girl, and I assumed the other was a guy because their build and then their voices. I remember they were wearing like maybe jeans.
Did they say why they were there?
No. But it was obvious they were there for him. They didn't say why.
So it seemed like they knew him, obviously.
Yeah, but he didn't seem to know them. I mean, he was a little out of it. Plus, they had masks on anyway. But he didn't express any kind of recognition. She was over him, and I just rushed her, and I pushed her. And There's
what?
Travis was bleeding everywhere.
What was she doing to him? Because he'd been shot at this time, right?
Yeah, but he was still alive. He was still conscious even. Like...
Still talking?
Oh, he wasn't talking or saying much, but I could tell. He was breathing. He seemed like he was breathing calmly, I think. He wasn't like... He was just there. I really remember it. Such a blur.
Okay. And so you did what now? You pushed her?
She's a little bit bigger than me, not really in size, but height.
And what happened?
Oh, it didn't really deter her.
Did she have any weapons on her at all?
Yeah.
What'd she have?
I thought she was the one with the gun, but maybe she had the gun, but he had a gun. So whether there were two guns or they had one gun, I don't know.
But she's the one who shot him, though, right? She was the one here, and he was back here at that time when you saw them.
He wasn't really moving now. He was just staying kind of still on the floor.
And what happened?
Well, as soon as he said go get help, I turned around and they were there, and
Where were they?
they were in the bathroom.
Where at the bathroom? Not in the hallway or in the bathroom?
The girl was in the hallway, kind of. And the guy was more toward in the bedroom, but like still in the bathroom, like on the tile carpet area right there where it starts.
Okay.
And he started coming in toward the bathroom too, and I...
She did. What happened, Jodi? What did you see?
I took out like a little bitch.
Next, Jodia Arias claiming she's the victim. Police keeping the heat on Arias, but the newly charged murder suspect refuses to admit she killed Travis. Listen, as Arias goes on and on about how she was the one who was threatened.
You took off.
I ran, and he stopped me when
And he stopped you?
And Travis, he was still like conscious and still alive, and
You just left him there.
no, I ran into the closet because there's two doors, and they were sort of in the hallway already, and he stopped me, and he didn't touch me. He was just held the gun to my head, and he was like, "You don't go anywhere." And he told the other girl to finish it. I didn't see, but he was like, I think he was saying a lot. One was in all black, one was in jeans.
Did you say anything?
Yeah, the girl wanted to kill me too.
What did she say? What words did you hear? What phrases?
Who is that? Who is that? I thought he was by himself or alone or something, and he was like, shut up, just finish it. And Travis was screaming the whole time. He wasn't screaming like a girl, he was just like he was in pain, like he was like shocked, like, oh, you know. I got Travis and he wasn't like standing up, really. He wasn't really doing much, and I was trying to get him, and she came back. I got him kind of far, like right here. She came back, and he was starting to just get weaker and weaker. And this guy came back in, and she said that they needed to do me too, because it was there. And he's like, no, that's not why we're here. Yeah. He had my purse, which I have on the dresser here, prior, somewhere.
And what did they do after this? After you guys reached this? Just try to stick with the incident stuff and what was going on.
She came after me, and he stopped her.
Okay.
And she didn't get me.
How was she gonna get you? Did she have a weapon?
She had a knife.
Okay. You said she had a gun before.
I don't know if she had a gun. I think, because I'm guessing, I know that he had a gun. I don't know if she had a gun or not. He got my registration out of my wallet, and he said...
What did he say?
He said, you must be that bitch from California. She had a knife, and I don't know. He was bleeding everywhere. It was like, when she rushed me afterward, or she came back, I rushed her, but she kind of came back at me.
Why didn't she?
Travis and I were right about here, maybe? I don't know. Halfway, I don't know. And there was a little bit of a struggle with her and I. I was so scared. I'm not a person who fights. I'm not a person who knows really about self-defense. I took some classes once, but it was like 8 years ago.
Jodia Arias still denying she kills Travis Alexander. She says it wasn't her. But she tells police if she were to have killed Alexander, she'd, quote, wear gloves. Watch.
There's no way anyone else could have left your palm in blood on that wall. No way. Get that through your head.
If I was going to ever try to kill somebody, I would use gloves. I've got plenty of them.
Nobody said you'd planned this out perfectly. Maybe you were going there to just talk to him, have a good time with him. Something got out of hand. I don't know what to tell you. If you were in my shoes and I had this evidence against you, what would you say?
If I had that evidence against you, it'd be pretty obvious. But I guess being in my position, it just seems so impossible. I want to see it. I want to know. I mean, I'm not a murderer, but I guess if I were to do that, I would wear gloves or, you know, something. How could I don't know. If I had planned to hurt him in any way, I'm not the brightest person, but I don't think I could stab him. I think I would have to shoot him continuously until he was dead, if that were my intention. And again, I bring up the gloves again, but I would have to wear gloves because, I'm not too worried about prints. I guess they're all over anyway, but I would never stab him. If I had it in me anywhere to kill him, the least I could have done was make it humane as possible, or quick, or something, you know? I don't think killing is humane, so to speak. I don't mean it that way, I just mean...
I know what you mean.
Like, he was still alive.
Coming up, Jodia Arias brings up the 10 Commandments.